What would you do when you find out that your housemaid is pregnant for your husband? Be careful of whom you bring into your home. And be wary of friends who offer to help you. This is the story of Lydia, a working-class nursing mother. Her husband, Chris, was a mechanic who struggled to support their family. After Lydia delivered, her maternity leave ended too soon, and she needed to resume work. She began searching for a housemaid. She mentioned it to her friend Kamsi, who assured her not to worry, she would find one. A few days later, Kamsi brought home a girl she introduced as Delilah, the new housemaid. Lydia and her husband were relieved and grateful. But as Kamsi walked away, she smiled wickedly, her eyes filled with a secret plan. Delilah would bathe and feed the baby. She also cleaned the house and washed the dishes, duties beyond what she was asked to do. This made Lydia and Chris grow fond of her, and soon, they trusted her completely. And once Delilah realized she had earned their trust, she decided it was time to unleash her plan. She dialed Kamsi's number secretly one night.
Make sure you don't forget our plan.
Yes, I won't. I've earned their trust.
From that moment, Delilah began wearing revealing clothes whenever Lydia was away. She would bring food to Chris, dressed seductively. Delilah slept in the child's room, and she often left the bathroom door slightly open while bathing, knowing that Chris usually checked on his child once he returned from work. He often came home before his wife. Many times, she would step out to greet him with only a towel wrapped around her body. Chris noticed, and before long, he began to anticipate it. One morning, Chris was down with a fever, so he didn't go to work. He stayed home to rest, unable to eat or drink. Delilah brought his food to his room, but he had no appetite.
Please eat something.
She prepared pap and tried
I
again.
care about you.
When he pushed it away, she sat beside him and told him he needed to eat, that she was worried about his health. Then she offered to feed him herself. Soon, Chris fell for it as he couldn't resist her any longer. Life continued as usual, with Delilah taking care of the house. One afternoon, when no one else was home, Kamsi visited. She asked if the plan was working. Delilah lifted her head slowly and shook it. Kamsi frowned and demanded an explanation. Delilah confessed that she had fallen in love with Chris. Kamsi became furious and gave her a hot slap. Kamsi reminded her sharply that she was in that house for a mission, nothing more. That night, Delilah sat alone in her room, overwhelmed. The plan was to destroy Chris's family and accuse him of rape, but she had foolishly fallen in love. And what pained her even more was Chris's indifference. Since that day, he has been avoiding her. After a few weeks, Delilah couldn't take it anymore. That morning, Delilah packed her bag and announced that she was leaving. Lydia was confused and begged her to stay, but Delilah had already made up her mind. Lydia had been good to her, and she didn't want to ruin her marriage. As Delilah turned to leave, she suddenly collapsed at the door. Panicking, Lydia and Chris rushed to her side and took her to the hospital. Moments later, the doctor returned with her test results. He handed the paper to them. Delilah was pregnant. Lydia and her husband stared at the result in shock. Lydia's heart shattered into pieces when Delilah said her husband was responsible. Chris immediately fell to his knees before Lydia, begging for forgiveness. While Lydia stood frozen, tears running down as her world shattered right in front of her.